Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the fray, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to rename the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save this land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the
What's going on, guys? Hey, Repeat back with you. Frozen, I see you out there in chat. Everybody, welcome to the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series tonight from the live, very, very live, very, very fast, very slick Rockingham Motor Speedway. Thunder Alley as it was back in the day. And these truckers going to get out here, get their qualifying lap in. We got just about, 40 trucks out here about to take time and see who's going to be able to manage this track, their tire wear, their fuel, and see at the end who can put the entire race together. Yeah, Frozen, let's go. All right, let's go ahead and get you down with some of these boys. Find out who's going to get on this pole, who's going to have the best possible start when the green flag comes on out. I'm ready. Hope you are. Let's check in. All right, how about we check in with the one and only Jake Millsap. Right now in this number 10 Chevy Silverado. Says he'd rather be in France. Not quite sure what he means by that, but hey, whatever. It is what it is. Tom Harmon, Jim Duda, who's fastest in practice. You see now he goes to the top of the boards in his 0.53 with a time of 24.5. Let's actually go ahead and clear that out. And let's bring your tower back. Sorry about that. There we go. But you were able to get a little bit more information on the track. But how about we actually go ahead and check out the weather and whatnot, see what these guys are going to have to deal with so far this afternoon. 124-degree track temp. Hey, Rockingham, North Carolina, why not in the middle of summer? Right along with the 78-degree air, so that sun absolutely beating down on this track. Evan Knopp right now sitting P3 in his number 63 as Ed Robertson goes to the top of the boards. Here's Evan Knopp right here. Again, in this number 63 Toyota TRD machine, P3. P4, the one and only Josh Arnold. Old J-Paw in this double deuce. He's going to slide in P6. Doug King, he looks like he's said and done also. How about Anthony Lane down here in this number 83 Silverado Bud machine? Throwing it back just a little bit. Haven't seen that Bud font since, I want to say, maybe a little, trying to remember what last time I actually saw that font. It's a little different. Might be going all the way back to when it was owned by Junior Johnson. Not 100% sure. How about Chris Howell? Looks like he's about done also. Mike Allen in this number 29. Absolutely loving this Thrustmaster Sparko. Looks like a Silverado for him as well. So far, Ed Robertson still able to hold the line. Mike Miller now in his number 5. One of the fastest also out here on track also. Right now sitting P3. Jared Duda. Who was also out here in practice, I believe, earlier. If not, it was the other Duda. But 36, 8, 9... Yeah, still 40, 41 trucks. And man, what a race this is going to be. This is the NAV 125 from Rockingham for those that just joined. And whether you're out there on YouTube or Twitch, don't forget, go on up, smash that follow if you can, hit the subscribe, and don't forget to leave notifications on. That way you know every time this series or any other series goes live. And oh, by the way, little birdie told me on June the 10th, I'll actually be broadcasting for the Shake Make iRacing Cup series when they go to Nashville. So definitely looking forward to that. Eliza's going to go ahead and take a week off. So the reins will be back in my hands, and I cannot wait for that to go live then. All right, let's see. Looks like everybody but Dylan Chappell and Andrew Chapman so far have gone ahead and put down a time right along with Mike Papa Bear Campbell. So have to see how those guys do. And, yeah, get ready to kick this off. Let's see how much time they got left here in this qualifying session. As you can see, dwindling down to just mere seconds. And yeah, Frozen says, should be a wild race tonight. I couldn't agree more, Frozen. Alrighty, so with qualifying done, it looks like it's going to be Ed McMuffin Robertson on the pole. Let's go ahead and clear things out. Let's go ahead and pull up your grid, and let's go through your running order. So again, Ed Robertson in that 64 starting P1. Tom Harmon in that Avril Lavigne number 68 sitting P2. So outside pole, great starting positions for both those guys. Mike Miller in the 5, P3 with Evan Knopp to his outside in the 63. Jim Duda in the 053 starting 5th with his, I want to say it's brothers, Jared Duda, or it might be father and son for all I know, in the 53, starting 6th. 7th is going to be Kyle Taub in the 16 with Josh Arnold in that double deuce. 8th. 9th is going to be Jake Millsap in the 10 with Kenny Lynn to his outside. And to round out the top 12, talking about Cole Snyder in the 2-4 with Mike LeBlanc sitting 12th. Looks like 13th is going to be Elijah White. Welcome back to the Aviator in that 48, sitting P13. P14 is going to be Mike Carter in the 98. John Osborne in that 81 with Zach Billy Meredith in the 17 to his outside. Nate Lehman in the 14 with Charlie Mosley for row 9. Row 10 is going to be Brad Rivers, old bad Brad. Welcome back to the Rock in that 15 with Mike Campbell the 3rd in the 11, starting 20th. 21st is going to be Chase McGuire in the 79 with Byron Jones in the 19 in that double deuce spot. 23rd is going to be Doug King in the 87 with the one and only Stout Whiskey, Jeff No in the 1, starting 24th. 25th is going to be Zach Groover in the 20 with Chris Howell in the 4 to his outside. Giovanni Klein in that 84, starting 27th, with Jacob Palmer in the 39, 28th. 29th, Claire Murphy in the deuce, with Justin Burden in the 51, 30th. 31st is going to be Dale Rapp, old gray and in the way in that 52, with Brad Slagle in the 052, starting 32nd. 33rd, Dave Mayo in the 08, with Elric George in the 40, starting 34th. 35th, going to be Anthony Lane in the 83. And to round out row 18, going to be Robert Amaral in the 77.
All right, man.
Looks like Mike Allen's going to be in that 29, 37th with Andrew Chapman, Dylan Chappell Sr., and Mike Papa Bear Campbell to round out the field. It says Justin Aniscock there in 38th. But the man is up in the tower, kind of running some admin duties tonight. So definitely appreciate Justin as well. All right, so that is your full 40 truck field here for the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series. Again, I am Repeat. This is the Rockingham Speedway, and welcome aboard. All right, let's go ahead and clear this out. Let's get back up with our leaders. Let's get ready to fire this off. Let's bring up your scoring pylon as well as your track map. And we got to make sure that we represent Young Willow as well. That's not what I wanted there. That's not what I wanted. I said Willow. There we go. Willow Strong. Okay. So, what do y'all think? Under, over on a new winner this evening? Is it going to be the 68 who took the win last week? Who's it going to be? Coming across the start stripe, they got one more lap under caution. There go the lights top the pace truck. They are out. Ed Robertson, Tom Harmon, Mike Miller, Evan Knopp, Jim Duda, Josh Arnold, Kenny Lind, Kyle Taub, Mike LeBlanc, and Cole Snyder. Again, that is your top 10 for this evening. Getting another great look at this now somewhat defunct track. I believe that the truck series here for the Turned Out for What iRacing series, if I'm not mistaken, they are running the 2013 schedule, if I'm not mistaken. Frozen says Harmon is awesome, definitely could win, but possibly someone else. Absolutely, you say Harmon, I say the field. Why not? All right, so let's get it on back to Barney as soon as I can find it.
Green flag, green flag.
There we go. We're off. Oh, we are wrecking going into turn one. Big wreck, too. One or two trucks up on their side. And I'm getting, of course, all kinds of notifications. We got to see how this one starts. Let's go back with Zach Gruber right quick. Very, very unfortunate. All right. And let's switch this around. Let's go back to our handy-dandy chase cam and find out exactly what happens here. I mean, he's all the way in the back, so I'm not quite sure, since everybody wasn't up to speed, how he got involved, but let's find out. This is through turns 3 and 4. Everybody's still double file. Let's see if we can't speed this up just a tad. I'm going to guess there was some wheel spinach. Let's go ahead and play this. Yep, and it's way up in the front. So we're going to stop that. We're going to go ahead and bring it up to Tom Harmon. And how about from Claire Murphy? Even Claire is... nope. Okay, let's go from the 053 of Duda. See how this happens here. Again, let's speed it up just a little bit. Was it Duda that spins his tires? Let's find out. It was the 5 and the 64. It looks like they both kind of spin him there a little bit. All right. Misshift. That's what Frozen says. And you know what? She could absolutely be right. Very, very unfortunate. All right, so Tom Harmon in the 68. He's going to have line preference as to where he wants to go. And what do you say we actually check in with last week's winner and see what old Tom has to say? He's down there, I want to say, in Weaver Motorsports. Mr. Harmon, it's repeat up in the booth, but you got a quick copy in that Avril Lavigne. Beautiful, number 68, as always.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, Tom. So I know I'm not going to ask you much about the race and all that. Just looks like some guys decided to try to start in first gear there. Didn't get a chance to talk to you much during practice. What was the feel like of the track in that Silverado, and what do you expect from this evening?
Unless people calm down, I expect a lot of this, but that was definitely a second gear start. Even then, it kind of got a little loose under me inside the lift, but I got back in it and got going. But I think once we get going, it might calm down, but it's just a matter of us getting going.
All right, in practice, tire wear, how much of an issue was that? Normally, you are one to go on out there and get a long practice run in. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. How was the feel of the truck over that kind of a stay on track?
I got about a 20 lap run in, 20 laps or so, and my tire wear is pretty even all the way across. The tire wear was actually even on the right side, so it felt pretty good.
Very, very cool. All right, buddy, I'll get you back on down to Weaver Motorsports. Thanks for taking a quick sec to chat with us. And Frozen says you are absolutely awesome, and you definitely could get the win, but it could possibly be someone else as well. She's out there in the land of Twitch, watching and keeping up with you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Elizabeth.
There you go. He called you Elizabeth. Wow.
I did.
All right, I'll get you back on down to Weaver. Go get it, buddy. All right, Elizabeth. Why not? We'll call you Elizabeth. I would have never even thought to try calling Frozen Elizabeth, but that's just me. That's just me. So caution number 1, you see the field starting to come back together again. Oh. Okay. So now it looks like it's going to be the 053 of Jim Duda, Ed Robertson, Kyle Taub, and Mike Miller with Cole Snyder. Doug King, Chris Howell, Dale Rapp, and Elric George. They're going to move on up. And the tower has decided that the field is not yet back together, so we're going to have one more lap of caution before we go back green. Just making sure that everybody is stacked all back up where they need to be, and everybody gets a fair shake to be as close as possible to the field and make up those spots. It looks like the 5 getting an EOL going to the back. You see him up there on the high side in that number 5, right along that Thunder Alley. Again, slogan that was the Rock. Eliza, if you'd like to join me in the booth, you're absolutely welcome. I know that you're part of the Turned Out for What iRacing series. You've ran a few races in their Thunder series on Thursday night, so if you'd like to join me, you're absolutely welcome to. You know you've always got that invitation. All right. So lights at the top of the pace truck are now going to go out, and they're going to go through the track one more time. Hopefully this time around, no issues with missing a shift or trying a lower gear than what's needed in order to get a great launch. Now, again, now the 68, because he is a control truck, he will be the first one on that loud pedal, and just by virtue of his position, he should also get a decent little launch and get that Avril Lavigne number 68 Silverado into the clean air. Everything is shut down and I'm multitasking at the moment. Thank you, though. You're very welcome. All right, so coming off turns 3 and 4, gonna go ahead and get these guys going yet again. Barney again with that big green flag in the field. Pace trucks making a hard left turn towards pit road. Let's go racing. All right, first lap again, doing pretty well. Back up to Tom Harmon in that number 68 Avril Lavigne Silverado. Ed Robertson just now putting down the fastest lap, although on these brand new tires with a 26.10. So absolutely cooking around this place. And you could see as they go through turns 3 and 4, this track is very, very bumpy. I mean, you see them, they're like porpoising through these corners. You see the front end of the truck dip down, and then you see the back end carry as they get pretty much single file going all the way back to about P10. Let's go back there with Zach Gruber as they still continue to be single file all the way back behind him. What do you say we check in with the 48 Red Bull machine for Elijah White? Again, old aviator from back in the day. The man is now on iRacing and doing pretty well. Looks like he might have a little bit of damage to that front splitter. Let's see if we can actually get a better shot of that thing. This is from his nose cam, looking ahead at the field. Let's see if we can actually get a shot looking back at him. There you go. So yeah, a little bit of separation in the hood, as well as the splitter kind of bowed up just a little bit. Straight Out Alaska says 13 out already. What the heck? Yeah, big one on lap 1. Just like Eliza said, it could have been a misshift or somebody turning. Somebody starting rather in first gear versus second. Eliza or Frozen Toad says he's got a shake and bake trophy somewhere as far as the aviator goes in this Red Bull 48. So again, big welcome to Elijah White. To the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series. I expect a lot of things out of this guy. Right now he's on a little bit of a break. He's out of school, but he is going to college, studying. I want to say it's engineering, possibly, but also full time with their band as well. The man plays a pretty mean drum. Okay. How about the 81 of John Osborne, just a little bit further up, and let's bring up some information regarding these drivers as we go through. Talking about John Osborne in that T-Mobile number 81 machine. Right now, John is up 5 spots. Could be partly due to that caution, but usually John Osborne does pretty well as well. Byron Jones back here in P12. He's up 10 spots in his PBR _ iRacing number 19. Looking pretty good as well. It's going to be Nate Lehman right behind him. Up front, not missing anything. Still Ed Robertson in that number 64 with Jim Duda right behind. But now there's a 1.4 second gap between the two. In fact, let's go ahead and actually take a look at these lap times. see what these guys are doing. If we stay on Jim Duda, you'll be able to see that Robertson, Duda, and Harmon all on this graph, and Robertson definitely the fastest of these three drivers over the last 5 laps. Big thank you to the Turned Out For What iRacing sponsor, talking about the Network Alliance for Veterans. Ladies and gents, if you live in the greater Indiana area and surrounding states, networkallianceforveterans.com can help you out with any kind of help you need as a veteran of our armed forces. Whether you need help in a transition from active duty or the reserves over to civilian life. Maybe you need help getting your resume together. Maybe you just need help networking. Maybe you're having some other issues that not quite sure how to talk about because you don't feel a regular civilian or regular authorities couldn't understand. Reach on out to Lieutenant Colonel Cecil. He'll absolutely be able to help you, and if he can't help you, he will certainly get you in the direction that you need to be. That way you get all the help and support that you need. Again, I'm a big supporter of all of our United States Armed Forces, being a veteran of the United States Air Force Security Forces myself. I'm a big supporter of everything that the 22 A Day Foundation does, the Wounded Warrior, and all those other great resources. But again, Lieutenant Colonel Cecil at the Network Alliance for Veterans can help you with anything that you need. Big thank you to them for sponsoring the full Turned Out For What iRacing Truck Series here on Sunday night. All right, so you've been able to keep up. It looks like Duda is kind of catching up with Robertson just a little bit. He's been faster than the top 2 of the last 5 laps, so maybe Duda kind of getting his rhythm down, or is Ed Robertson kind of tearing up his stuff just a little bit? You see he's got the 39 of Jacob Palmer in his SIAPS. Looks like Ford F-150 right ahead. Maybe it's the dirty air from this 39 that's slowing him down just a tad. Back to Tom Harmon here in this Avril Lavigne number 68. Right now sitting P number 3, down 1 spot after starting outside pole. But again, I mentioned it last week, and we saw how he worked his way through the field. This is one guy that will be there at the end, no doubt in my mind. Cole Snyder out of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania right now, sitting P number 5. And he's another one that, given a long run, he could work his way on up. All right, let's get you back to some truck detail, some driver detail as we go on through. There we go. Again, Cole Snyder in that 2-4. Right behind is going to be Brad Rivers. He's up 13 spots, sitting P number 6. The only guy that's in the field right now that's right where he qualified is going to be Kyle Taub in this 16. Started 7th, still rocks 7th. But our biggest mover is actually going to be Elric George. Old bossy Geo from back in the day. Looks like he's got a little bit of damage on the front as well. But this guy's up 25 spots so far. Dylan Chappell back here in this number 99. He's up 24. So he's kind of right there with him. And then I just saw there was one more that was up quite a few as well, and that was Dale Rapp. Again, old gray and in the way, and I don't call him that just to make fun of him or anything like that. If you look at the back of his truck, there it is, old gray and in the way. All right, so what do you say we get a little bit of a crank it up session? If you got a nice set of wireless Bluetooth, or if you got a nice sound bar, good speakers on your PC or your computer, we're going to go ahead and crank it up for a few laps. Let's test these out. Let's go. There you go. A few sights and sounds from Rockingham, and all 40 of these turned down for what iRacing truckers from Rockingham. And I tell you what, each and every single one of these guys, including this guy right here in this TJ's team, #1 Silverado, talking about stout whiskey. He even says it on his truck. Good for him. But good to see Jeff No out here. You know, Jeff No posted something on Twitter just a few days ago. I think he does like DoorDash or something like that in his spare time. And the guy delivered almost $90 worth of food to somebody's house or business or whatever, and he got nothing as a tip. Please, guys and girls out there, if you order from something from DoorDash, I know now and then it could be a little expensive or whatever, but man, think of your driver just like a waiter. They're there, they're doing a job, and it's nice to tip them. It really is. I mean, think of that, $90 worth of food. Even if it was just 10%, you don't have to give 18%, 20%, whatever. Just 10%, $9. I mean, he would have absolutely been very, very appreciative. But it's like the guy on the receipt wrote a 0 and even put the slash through it. So, like, hey, yeah, nothing. That's just completely rude, completely off. So, definitely feel for the one and only Jeff No. And I know the last time I got something from Jersey Mike's at work, I gave the guy like a $10 tip for a $20 sub. So, yeah, don't forget, tip your waiters, tip your waitresses, tip your drivers. They're there as a convenience for you. Give them that tip. All right. Back up front, still Ed Robertson. The last time we checked in, actually, I take that back. It's going to be Tom Harmon. So let's see if we can find out exactly how this pass happened. Because that had to be something. Let's see, Tom Harmon. Where's this at? Let's see if we can find this pass. Something tells me that maybe caution's gonna be out. Let's go with that instead. Looks like this is gonna have something to do as soon as the system lets me catch up. Maybe Zach Groover is gonna have something to say about this. So here is Zach. Let's go ahead and get on over to our chase cam and let's play this out. Rusty Wrench Paint Shop, number 20. Off of turn 4. Oh, seeing a few cars kind of blink out a little bit. Did that have something to do with it? Nope. Into turns 1 and 2. Kind of moving up track a little bit. The truck way down on the apron. Looks like the 41 pulling underneath. Oh, just making some contact. 41 came on up a little bit. Sends a 20. Great job by the 20 for locking that down. No damage whatsoever. Good job, Zach. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. Actually, let's take this back one more second. Let's play this back the old-fashioned way. And let's kind of go quarter speed here, because we saw the 41 come underneath. Does the 41 just not know that he's there, or let's play this normal? All right, there we go. So the 41's down there. Does the 41 get loose? You can see he's kind of pointing towards the left there a little bit, and then down the back stretch, you see one truck way down on the bottom. I wonder if the 41 spotter was saying truck low, stay high, or what happened right there. But 41 just comes way up. 20 also came down after tagging a wall just a little bit. Very unfortunate for both. Let's go ahead and bring it back live. 89 just nowhere to go at that moment. All right, so Ed Robertson comes out second. Let's see if we can grab Ed right quick. Old Muffin Man himself. Ed, it's Repeat up in the booth. You got a quick copy in that 64 from P2 now.
And 4, loud and clear, brother.
All right, Ed. You are down one spot after starting on pole. Still a very, very good race for you. A little bit of an iffy start. Some people, I'm going to guess, tried starting in first gear versus second. Most people so far this race have trailed the 68, but you've been able to lead some laps as well. Talk us through the start of this race and where you see it going from here, sir.
Yeah, I really got caught out on that initial start. I accidentally put it down into first, but then I sat there and said to myself, the RPM's actually seem relatively low enough that maybe it's a possibility that I can actually start in first. Definitely wrong move, especially on the inside. I would tell you that. I could already foresee, I believe, on that next start, the E68, he took the high side. I feel like that's the way to go. I don't know if it's just the way the pitch, the camber of the track is there. I felt like it was an ice skating rink trying to start on the inside there. Even starting in second gear on the high side was a little iffy. The 68 truck sure is fast here. I knew I needed to get out to a little bit of a lead. I could tell he was saving his stuff early on. I just wanted to kind of get out front, clean air. You know, clean air is always king in a lot of these things, but I was able to kind of wear out my stuff how I, you know, wanted to, but he clearly did a better job earlier on. You know, it's great track position right now, and I think it's just going to be nice and easy, and just try to take care of our stuff here. You know, we'll see what happens. I think the 68 is going to be super tough to beat.
Big Hickory's out there in the land of Twitch saying Harmon winning with a bunch of nodding off emojis. I know the 68 was able to grab the W last week. Can you get on up there and take this one this week?
Man, I don't know about that. Just seeing in that 30-lap run how well he was able to save this stuff. I don't know how many people are going to have anything for him up here, so I'll give him my best shot, that's for sure.
All right, I no doubt, as always. All right, I definitely appreciate you. Thanks for letting me pull you so far. Maybe we'll talk to you again a little bit later on. But as always, sir, keep the shiny side up on that 64 Toyota TRD machine, and have a great race, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, get Ed Robertson back on down with the rest of his team. Again, pilot of this number 64 Moza Racing Toyota. And, man, we definitely wish him well, as always. So what do y'all think, chat? Who's going to grab this one? I know I see you, Hickory. I know you don't want to see that 68 grab another one. But anytime we get to tracks where it requires some, saving tires, saving fuel, the 68 Tom Harmon is just really, really good at it. All right, definitely see all 15 to 20 of you out there between YouTube and Twitch. Big thank you to the Network Alliance for Veterans. Don't forget, go on over, smash that follow if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe on YouTube. Don't forget, leave notifications on. That way you know every time this channel goes live, whether it's with the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series, the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series, or anywhere in between. Definitely appreciate you for coming on out, and yeah, welcome aboard. All right, so Tom Harmon, Ed Robertson, Chris Howell, Jim Duda, Brad Rivers, Kyle Taub, John Osborne, Cole Snyder, Giovanni Klein, and Dale Rapp gonna make up our top 10. Oh, what an interesting race so far, and it's only gonna get better. Thomas is just using all the lessons I taught him. Well, I need some of those lessons too. I actually gracefully bowed out of AARP on Tuesday nights. I absolutely suck at driving a car. I'm much better at driving a mic. So I'm just going to stick it right here for now. Stick to this. And this is where I have a lot of fun. I get to watch all these great races and wouldn't change it for the world. All right, let's get on back down to our starter cam. Coming off of turns 3 and 4. There you see Barney with the big green in the air. Truck's going to go ahead and make that hard left towards pit road. Again, Tom Harmon's going to be the first on that loud pedal. Let's go racing. Oh, we got one around. So far, though, there's the caution. All right, looks like Chris Howell, and we saw it live right there. I kind of lost it coming off of turn 4. Let's go ahead and switch this around, see if we can't find out if there was any contact or if he just lost it. But up on the high side, You figure it might be a little bit of grip up there. Let's see if we can't find out. Again, the 68 being the control truck, able to go ahead and stomp on that loud pedal first. And I have a feeling maybe something to do with these bumps or just the new tires, not allowing any heat to be built up into them. He's going to stay high. 053. Was there any contact? Oh, a little bit of net code. Sends the 4 almost. Sends the 4 around and nowhere to go for one or two others. Everybody else able to scatter and completely miss this number 4 Silverado. All right, it's a very, very unfortunate net code. Let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right, so we talked to Tom Harmon, we talked to Ed Robertson. What about Jim Duda? I believe I know right where he's at. Let's see if we can't find Jim right quick and pull him on up. Mr. Duda is repeat up in the broadcast booth. Got a quick copy in that 053 machine.
I do there, Repeat. How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right, sir. All right, so it looks like a little bit of net code there between you and the 4s. Kind of spun them around just a little bit. Would you have made contact anyway? Anything is possible, but it was definitely Uncle Netcode took a flight in and playing a little bit of havoc on us here at Rockingham. How you feel about your chances this evening? Get on up there, grab yourself a W, and say, hey, I'm here to be taken seriously to the rest of the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series.
I got a bunch of cars, good guys in front of me. I know there's good guys coming. As far as that net code, I knew I held my line there. I knew we didn't touch. I figured it was net code, so we just kept on her.
What do you think about your chance to get on up there and take it from Tom Harmon? One last week, Ed Robertson, he realized just how good the 68 was, so he's going to try to save a little bit after I talked to him in the last race. How do you save at the Rock when this track is so horrible on tires?
Lifting early and coasting around the corners. I think I pressed her a little too hard the first part of the race here, and the second part, I think I'm going to lift a little early and stay down low and see what happens.
All right, Mr. Duda, I'll get you back on down there with your teammate, Jared. Good luck. Keep the shiny side up. Oh, by the way, you know what? I might as well ask you, because while I was going through the grid, I wasn't quite... Are you father and son or brothers, or what's the Duda relationship here?
Yes, Jared is my son.
Jared, that's awesome. Father and son doing something together. Absolutely love it. All right, I'll get you back on down with your son. Good luck. Like I said, keep the shiny side up, and maybe we'll talk to you again just a little bit later on.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Doing a great job.
I definitely appreciate that, sir. All right, so back on down to Duda Racing, to his son, Jared, and even Frozen chimes in, says, love that. Yeah, anytime you get a father and son both doing something that they love, something as competitive as racing, even here on iRacing, it's always a lot of fun. And man, I used to love, and this is going back a few years, when my father would actually check in on my streams. That was absolutely amazing. All right, so let's get on back up again. Tom Harmon, as that pace truck makes that hard left. Let's get ready to go back green. Green flag. All right, so Tom Harmon able to go ahead and lead that one. But look at the 18 charging low. It's going to be Brad Rivers. But the 18 not actually showing in that spot. So not 100% sure what happened with him. Looks like right now the 18 is back in, I want to say he was part of that initial wreck. But I'm looking for Brad. No, actually, yeah, it is showing Brad Rivers but on your scoring pylon, he's showing as the 15. So just a little bit of a discrepancy, but that's all right. So now Jim and Jared Duda, the 053 and the 53, running nose to tail, sailing off into turns 3 and 4 on the bottom side. 64, 18, both trying to keep tabs on Tom Harmon in that, again, Avril Lavigne number 68 Silverado. Maybe these guys behind trying to, push him for just a little bit more. See if they can't get him to scrub his tires. But the more they push, the more he might be able to save because they've got to try to hold him up. But we got a battle for the lead here. Brad Rivers on the outside. Can he get it done? That wall comes up quick. A little bit of a drag race across the line. 68 low, 18 up high. Can the 18 get some grip, grab some momentum? Round the outside he goes. 18 is going to go ahead and take the lead from the 68. Third different leader that we've had this evening. Now the 68 is going to go ahead and drop back. He got past, saved some tires, says, hey man, I'll see you soon. All right, so bit single file now, just as we saw before, going all the way back to the 57 of Kenny Lind, our Daytona winner for season number 7 here in the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series, presented by the Network Alliance for Veterans. Again, if you are a veteran, you need anything from Lieutenant Colonel Cecil, and you're in Indiana or any of the surrounding states, make sure you go on over to networkallianceforveterans.com. Let the man know what you need, and I promise you, if he doesn't have the resource readily at hand, he will find it for you and work with you until your issue is resolved or to the best of his capability. All right, so Byron Jones just a couple spots back, watching this double wide battle just ahead of him. As you see behind Byron, it is all single file. So Rockingham, much like we saw this last week at Darlington, a lot of single file racing, and it's just because of that groove, and you don't want to get tight around a track that just breeds tightness. All right, so what do you say we go on through the field again, kind of reintroduce you to all of our drivers, show you what their truck looks like, show you what their best lap has been, what their last lap has been, whether they're up or down from where they qualified, and so on. It looks like we got a little bit 5-wide battle here. Scratch that, make that 3 wide. I see the 99 to the outside. Byron Jones able to hold on to it. The 52 of Dale Rapp decided he was going to go ahead and check up, let those guys go. And it looks like now the 10 is going to be able to take a little bit of advantage of that as well. That's going to be Jake Millsap. It's funny looking back at Jake. Let's see if I can't get a shot of that hood again. There we go. It says, I'd rather be in France. Kidding, Mike Pop Bear Campbell, I think is what that says. But nice, definitely a nice looking truck here. Again, Byron has the 99 on the outside, and it looks like the 57 rather, of Kenny Lind gonna try a little pressure there as well. But it looks like Byron got a great run off the corner. Still trying to wonder which line is going to move. Is it going to be Elric George on the high side in the 40, or the 99 just below him and Dylan Chappell Sr.? Or are we going to take it 3 wide again? Why not? This, much like Darlington, you really have to race the racetrack. Let the positions come to you as you take care of your tires. Save a little bit of fuel if you feel that's necessary. Did you see that? All 4 of those trucks there kind of in different lines. That was actually pretty cool coming off the corner. Zach Billy Meredith seeing the 40 of Elric George kind of tag that wall just a little bit. Going to be 3 wide. Looks like the one of Jeff No getting a little bit of a shot from the 17. Again, the 52 up on the high side. 40 of Elric George looks like he was able to recover nicely. And just a little bit more side by side. Again, 3 wide back there. Elric's going to go ahead and check up. Actually, it's going to be Michael LeBlanc that went ahead and was able to go ahead pull away. It's going to be Giovanni Klein on the high side that went ahead and checked up. That way he wasn't squeezed up into the Rockingham wall. '52 of Dale Rapp and the 41 of Michael LeBlanc. They were just side by side, getting great little battle here. Let's go ahead and check back up front. Right now, Brad Rivers now leading by a 1.2 second gap there, as you can see with the scoring pylon. It's going to be Rivers, Duda, Harmon, and Robertson. How about that? Duda and Duda. It sounds like a lawyer firm. What do y'all think out there? All right. So, yeah, Brad Rivers continuing to lead. Tom Harmon back in P4. Ed Robertson trying to save. Just keep up with that 68. And maybe he'll have something for him just a little bit later on. Kyle Taub in that 16 right now, up 1 spot. Cole Snyder up 4. Mike Miller down 5, John Osborne up 6, and Nate Lehman in this number 14 Ford F-150 to round out the top 10. He's up 7. But how about Dylan Chappell Sr. right now? This guy is up 29 spots in this Pizza and Wings podcast. Number 99 Ford F-150 sitting 11th. So I think it might be when it's all said and done, Dylan Chappell Sr. might just have something for these guys just a few spots ahead of them. All right, so let's have another little crank it up session. We did one before, went over flawlessly. Let's go ahead and do another one. So go ahead and turn up that sound bar, turn up your TV, crank up your Bluetooth, whatever it is. Let's go. let's go ahead and bring it on back. Again, nice little crank it up session brought to you by the Network Alliance for Veterans. Again, Lieutenant Colonel Cecil, big thank you to you and the Network Alliance for Veterans for sponsoring the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series here on Sunday nights. Again, ladies and gents, if you are a veteran in the greater Indiana and surrounding states, reach out to Lieutenant Colonel Cecil at networkallianceforveterans.com. All right, so back up front, it is still Brad Rivers now by just a 2/10 gap, though, over Jared Duda. So Jared, in this number 53 Toyota TRD machine, really tracking down Brad Rivers, going to try to make something of it. Now the 39 of Jacob Palmer, he's got that SciAps Ford F-150 up high, going to allow the 18 to go. It looks like the 68 is going to be able to get on through there also. 53 making a little, 53, big save by him as these guys continue on. So top three now, very close battle for the lead. This from Tom Harmon's roof cam, looking ahead at Jared Duda and Brad Rivers just ahead. These three literally just nose to tail. And if we look behind Tom Harmon, a little bit of a gap back there to Ed Robertson. Ed, he's got the 39 in front of him, so a little bit of dirty air on the hood. I'm sorry, on the front end of that number 64. Ed just trying to hold on, but this battle up here for the lead, this is absolutely really close. Looking from the right front of Tom Harmon at the 53 again of Jared Duda. Down the backstretch, nothing doing that time. Maybe trying to push that 53 just a little bit. See if he can't make him run just a little bit harder than he wants to. 18, he kind of moved up track a little bit. Did he open up that line? Able to close it back down in front of the 53. Jared not able to take the spot just yet. But now here they are side by side. 53 looking low, 18 up high, a little bit of swerving, way on his door. 53 tries to maybe a reverse side draft, not 100% sure, but it looks like the 53 a little wiggly there as well. He's going to be able to lead this lap, so add a point for the 53 for taking over that lead. Now the 68, he's down low. We got caution number 4 flying. Looks like Elric George in that 40 has wrecked, so he's going to have something to do with this caution. So let's go on back, find out exactly what it was, and we'll go from there. All right, let's get on over to our chase cam. Here is Bossy Gio Elric George in his Snap-on Moog Ford F-150. Let's play this out. This is going into, I believe, 3 and 4. Yep, 3 and 4. And here's the exit of 4 coming across the start stripe. Don't really see anything ahead of him that would be an issue. Let's see if somebody comes up from behind, or if he just loses it on his own. A little bit of wall scrapage there, and tries to overcorrect. There's a double deuce of Josh Arnold, gets into him. So just that slight touch on the wall sends the 40 kind of careening. Got a little loose, and there's nothing at all that he could do about it. Very interesting. I mean, that was an extremely slight tap. All right, let's go ahead and watch that one more time. Wow. All right, so there we have it. Let's go ahead and bring it back live. Looks like Jared Duda coming into his number 53 pit stall. There you see the 053 of his dad, as well as looks like the 16 of Kyle Taub, the 5 of Mr. Miller coming. There's the 10 and more. So let's see if Jared Duda beats the rest of the field off of pit road. Looks like the 68 might. Oh, it's going to be a race at the line. But the 53 of Jared Duda able to beat Tom Harmon to the line. That means he's going to go ahead and be the control truck, and he will be the one to lead the field to green. All right, so let's see if we can't grab Jared this time. And we talked to his dad. Let's see if we can't talk to Jared here right quick. Jared, it's Repeat up in the booth again, bud. You got a quick copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, so we talked to your dad earlier. Now, by virtue of taking the lead, which was a great battle between you and the 18 and the 68, by the way, you were able to get the lead. Looks like you started to get a little squirrely right there. Were you having to push a little bit in order to get around the 18 of Brad Rivers? Or is this track kind of, falling into a comfort zone for you to where you think you might be able to keep it up there, keep the 68 and 64 and everybody else at bay?
I know that 68's fast. I was trying to pace with him. I didn't really get a good first run at saving tires because I started off in the back of the pack and coming through the field, so I didn't really get to see how much the tires wore and all that good stuff. And then I was just trying to keep Thomas behind me pretty much to that last run. And yeah, I did get a little squirrely. Tires got a little bit worn out. But it looks like I did a little bit better at saving than I did Brad. But Thomas, I think, had a little bit on me.
So if you don't mind me asking, if you don't want to give it out, I definitely understand. In that last run where you did have to push a little bit, trying to keep the 68 behind you and also trying to catch up with Brad, what were your tires like that last stint?
Yeah, I ended with a 77 right front, 84 right rear. So
all right.
For how aggressive the track is, honestly not that bad, but Thomas is probably a little bit better than I was.
Yeah, as we take a look at the weather right quick, we're still running with 128 degree track temp and 78 degree air. So the track temp has gone up by 2 degrees, so has the air temp. We're running right around 1:30 in the afternoon, late spring, very, very early summer, possibly, now that you've got that track position, you've got that clean air, can you keep the position and see how your truck handles leading the rest of the field?
That's the goal. We'll see how the restart goes and go from there. I definitely want to have tires on it at the end, so I'm not going to try not to burn them up too fast here, but I definitely want to lead a few laps and see how we can pace the field. All
right, buddy, I'll go ahead and get you back on down with the rest of Dude iRacing. Good luck. Keep the shiny side up. Go get him, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You got it. All right, one more time. That is Jared Duda now leading here from Rockingham. Definitely wish him well piloting his Toyota TRD machine. Back on down with the rest of his team. Let's go racing.
Green, green, green.
All right, so Jared Duda now with the all the clean air on the nose of his number 53 Toyota. He's got the 68 of Tom Harmon right behind. We know Tom. We know that he's going to just ride. He's led a lap. Will he want to get up there and grab another point for leading the most? We'll just have to wait and see. Or will Jared Duda kind of take this run as he will and just kind of run it out? Don't push. Just keep the 68 behind. Kind of get into a little bit of a race management mode. Not push. Just keep the field at bay. That way he's got the best tires for the long run. Right now, a little bit further back, got a little bit of a battle between the 81 of John Osborne in that T-Mobile machine and the 053 of Jim Dudas. We got another caution. Fifth caution on the day. It looks like it's going to have something to do with Mike Miller and Mike LeBlanc. So let's go on back, find out what this caution is for, and we will go ahead and play this out. So let's go ahead and get to a great camera, and let's play this here. So there is Mike Miller. He's got the 11 right to his inside. I believe that's going to be the 11. 5 kind of up high, maybe trying to grab a little bit of momentum off the corner, not touching the wall. You can definitely see he's got a little bit of damage on his left rear. Nothing doing there. Looks like, back in the throttle, trying to save it. Gets the 41, just, nowhere for the 41 to go. And the motor, you hear the motor pop for the 5. So very, very unfortunate for him. I have a feeling he's going to be down quite a few cylinders. And you saw the 41 get involved there also. That was Mike LeBlanc. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right. So we talked to Jared Duda, we talked to Tom Harmon, we talked to Ed Robertson. Let's see if maybe we can get a hold of Brad Rivers here right quick. See if we can find him. There he is, hanging out there in Eons Motorsports. Let's go ahead and pull him on up and see what this U.S. Army number 18 has to say. Brad, is Repeat up in the booth, bud. You got a quick copy?
I got you.
All right, Brad. So you led some laps this evening. Here you are sitting P4. Jared Duda, Tom Harmon, and Ed Robertson have all led laps. So you're in some pretty good company, as well as Jim Duda right behind you. The first of the top five that is not, I'm sorry, the top six that has not led a lap is going to be John Osborne, 2 spots right behind you. Brad, can you get on up there in this U.S. Army raise forward? Lead some more, maybe grab most laps led this evening, and see that checkers fall across this U.S. Army truck.
Try. Definitely gonna try, Pete. I know that last run before that caution, I was running some quality laps the first 10 laps, but I just pushed it to see what I could do, and I think 30 laps I think it was that run, and tires were shot after that. But if I could just run a little bit smoother here and, take my time and be a little patient and have these guys burn their stuff in front of me and try to make a move, last 10 or so, then we'll see. Hopefully I can get it.
All right, but as always, for sure, I definitely wish you the best of luck. Love, again, this tribute paint scheme that you run to your dad each and every week here in the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series. By the way, the new sponsor for this series is the Network Alliance for Veterans. Definitely appreciate all of the veterans. We're coming up on Memorial Day. Definitely thinking of Petty Officer 4, PO4, I believe, Petty Officer 4, Mr. Rivers, as the holiday comes closer and closer. Keep the shiny side up, Brad. We'll talk to you again a little bit later on.
I appreciate it, Pete. Much
You
love.
got it. Absolutely. Again, one more time, that is Bad Brad Rivers in this number 18 U.S. Army tribute machine to his dad. We're going to go ahead and get him back on down with the rest of Eons Motorsports, talking about John Osborne and Mike LeBlanc. And as always, we wish him well. All right, so he was pretty quick there for a while, led some laps. Let's see if we can get back on up and do what he's got to do to lead some more, maybe come away with that most laps led. And oh, by the way, there was a change in the points here with the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series last week or the week before. Now anybody that comes away from a race with 0 incident points also grabs a point. So a great bonus. As green flags up, we're going to go back green. Let's go. But yeah, if you finish the race without wrecking somebody, and you have no issues, you grab yet another point. So it pays even more to run a race cleanly. All right, so 053 of Jared Duda able to get away just a little bit, keeping the 68 of Tom Harmon right behind. Ed Robertson again running third. Brad Rivers and Jim Duda are your top 3. But how about Tom Harmon here in second, started second. Jim Duda running 5th, well now back to 6th, started 5th. You got Kenny Lind back here in the 57th, right now sitting P10, started P10. So some of these guys, showing that they put all they had into their qualifying lap. No sandbagging to try to get a certain spot or anything like that. So great job by a lot of these guys doing one hell of a job. So we got 25 to go here in the NAV 125 from Rockingham. It seems like this race is absolutely just flown by. And again, that is the Network Alliance for Veterans. 125 from the Rock, now 24 to go. And what a race we've seen. A few different leaders, a few cautions on the evening. Some people were predicting that this was going to be, caution after caution. But we've had some pretty good green flag runs. Not green flag pit stops, but definitely we saw a lot of battles here on track this evening. But it ain't over yet. right, Cole Snyder now. He's in this 24, sitting P5. He's up 6 spots in his, looks like, Ford F-150. He's got Jim Duda right behind. John Osborne a couple back. Again, right ahead of him is going to be Brad Rivers and Ed Robertson. Nate Lehman in this number 14. He's been kind of hanging around this spot all evening long. He's up 9 spots right now, sitting P8. Kenny Lind, again, still in that 57, sitting P10. Zach Billy Meredith in this number 17, sitting was 11, now 12, as it looks like I just saw Annalise Mays pulling for the 19 of Byron Jones. Sorry I didn't say that earlier, Annalise. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Pulling for the one and only Byron Jones in this number 19 PBR racing machine. He's up 6 spots, sitting 16th. And if we take a look at his roof cam, he's right behind the 052 of Brad Slagle and right ahead of Giovanni Klein, sitting P17. Dale Rapp behind him, and Charlie Mosley ahead of Brad Slagle. So again, Byron Jones, again in this number 19. Byron Jones, paint and design. Ladies and gents, you need any kind of a scheme, whether it's for a truck, Xfinity, Cup Car, Pro Light, Mod, Indy, whatever it might be. Reach out to this guy, Jones P, and is spelled out P and D. Jones P and D, paint and design. Reach out to the guy, let him know what you need. Tell him I sent you, maybe cut you a little bit of a deal. But absolutely great at what he does. I've got many paint schemes done by Byron and appreciate all the work that he does. All right. Not much has changed, but the lap count down to 18 laps remaining. Jared Dudas still leading by a couple tenths over Tom Harmon. This is that lead gap. Ed Robertson right now P3, Brad Rivers P4, and a little bit of a break now between Brad Rivers and Cole Snyder as we look ahead from Cole's front bumper cam. 053 of Jim Duda kind of getting on by on the low side. Everybody that's within the top 14 did go down for tires on that last caution. It looks like Byron Jones stayed out on lap 85. Josh Arnold was last in on lap 96 in his double deuce, probably to fix up a little bit of damage and get on back out there, be as quick and as competitive as possible. Again, Josh Arnold was part of a wreck not too long ago, just nowhere to go, representing the Pizza and Wings podcast over on Spotify. All right. So we talked a little bit about Nate Lehman before in this number 14. Nice looking, definitely a very, very nice looking truck. Amsoil number 14. I actually have family that uses Amsoil, and I tell you, they absolutely swear by the stuff. Instead of having to change your motor oil every 3,000 or 5,000 miles, you can go like 15,000 miles as long as the actual oil filter can work with it. But yeah, some great stuff. This synthetic oil is great for those that maybe you don't have the time to change your oil every 3,000 or 5,000 miles. But man, with Amsoil, you definitely don't need it. All right, as we get closer and closer to the end of this Network Alliance for Veterans NAV 125, 13 laps to go. We've had 5 cautions on the evening. Will we stay green the rest of the way is yet to be seen. No change up front. Still Jared Duda leading the way. You see the 68 of Tom Harmon right up his back bumper as the 29 of Mike Allen pulls low and gets out of the way, letting the leaders go on by. Top 3, Duda, Harmon, Robertson, followed by Brad Rivers, Jim Duda, and John Osborne. See that 63 trying to get to that high side, grab a little bit of momentum. He sees the 53 down low there, drag racing. Does the 53 try to keep that 68 pinned up high? That way he also gets a little bit of a bite off the banking. They're going to come off side by side yet again. Advantage that time is going to be the 68. A little bit of contact there. 53 able to save it. Still side by side into turns 1 and 2. Off the exit. 68 looks like he's going to be able to take the clear advantage. Does the 53 now push that 68 to try to go just a little bit quicker than what he's comfortable with? Getting into the corner, so be it. Having to make him check up a little bit more, maybe make a mistake. But I've seen Tom Harmon run races many times. He doesn't make very many mistakes, and he's very, very hard to rattle. This from Jared Duda's bumper cam. Looking at the back end of this Avril Lavigne Team Watson Racing number 68 Silverado, as we now less than 10 laps remaining, make that 8 laps remaining into 1 and 2, nose to tail. Ed Robertson from his front bumper. Looking at those two as they kind of start to skate away. This is from Brad Rivers looking at Ed Robertson's bumper or his tailgate, and just nothing doing. Back from John Osborne and the gap that he's got between himself and Brad Rivers. And then there's Cole Snyder. Cole Snyder, he's a good, 4.3 seconds behind, sitting in P6. Nate Lehman, he's a little bit further back, about 4.6 seconds, sitting P7 with 24. Cole Snyder right ahead. A little bit of a battle here. In fact, almost a three-way battle. 24, 57 of Kenny Lynn. Caution's out. Caution number 6 on the evening. And so far, I have not received a notification as to what this is for. Might have to pull our admin for the evening. See if we can find out exactly what happened here. Let's go ahead and pull. Justin Anaskog on up to the booth right quick. Rowdy, it's repeat up in the booth, buddy. You got a quick copy?
What's up, dude?
All right, man. I didn't get a replay on this one. The first one of the 6 that we've had this evening. You want to shed a little light on this caution, please, sir?
It looks like the 29 just came to a stop right in the middle of the track coming out of 2 and collected the 4. Yeah. That's what it looked like. What happened? It's just the 29 stopped in the middle of the track for some reason.
All right, buddy. I appreciate you. I'll get you back on up to the admin tower. As always, thank you.
Yep.
All right. So big thanks to Justin Anaskog again, giving up the driving duties this evening in his normal number 13 to run the admin tower and keeping the rest of these guys honest. So there we go. All right, he's at the 29. For some reason, he's showing me the 25, but that's all right. We'll go ahead and we'll bring. Oh, there it is. That's why. He kind of hit the brakes and brought the whole field to a standstill. All right, so let's see if we can find. John Osborne. He should be right down there in Eon's Motorsports.
Yeah, we're fine.
And we'll pull driver 81 on up right quick. There we go. I knew I'd get it out if I could. John, it's repeat up in the booth, but you got a copy in that 81 Ford?
Yes, sir.
All right, John. You were right there inside the top 5. Now with this caution, I see you as well as a couple others stayed out. Actually, just you and Tom Harmon. Nope, I take that out. I take that back again. Tom Harmon and Jared Duda stayed out. You, Brad Rivers, Ed Robertson, and pretty much everybody else behind you came on down. Was that a move to their detriment? Can you get on up there and take this W for this T-Mobile 81? Or what do you got for the rest of this, what is going to be a green-white checker?
Well, I think for the first lap, they'll have the advantage because it takes about a lap for it to grip, tires to grip up. But me and Brad decided to take 2 right sides. The left sides were pretty good, and I think that was the right call. So hopefully it pays off here. We're about to find out. But I like my chances. Had a good truck all night, especially on the long run. Wish that would have stayed green there to lock up the top 5. But yeah, we'll see what we got.
All right, well, if you and Brad decided to both take 2, his stop was a 9.2, yours was a 9.6. I definitely wish you a whole lot of luck in that T-Mobile Ford F-150. Keep the shiny side up. I'll get you back on down with the rest of your Eon Motorsports teammates. And, yeah, sir, go get them.
Thank you, buddy.
You got it. All right, one more time. This is driver number 81 talking about John Osborne piloting this Ford F-150. Going to start on the outside of his teammate, Bad Brad Rivers. And we definitely wish him all the luck in the world. It's going to be a great finish for the rest of this race. Again, what is a green-white checker as they're all racked and stacked back up. Let's get ready to roll. Again, lights atop the pace truck are out. We're going to get ready to go in the middle of this Thunder Alley backstretch. Getting closer and closer to the end of the Network Alliance for Veterans, the NAV 125. 3 laps to go. Corey Has No Life, Sis Money Gaming, King of GTP, and D. Anderson 24. Thank you all very much for the follow. Let's get ready to roll. Starter cam sees the truck make that hard left towards Albuquerque. We're racing. Let's go. Looks like we got a wreck in the back. The trucks went into the grass, though. They're off track. Don't know if this caution's going to fly or not. So far, we're staying green. All right, so let's kind of pay attention to this lead here. 68 of Tom Harmon, white flag lap. 53 of Jared Duda right behind. Ed Robertson absolutely rim riding around the outside of the 53. You see him making contact behind. They're going to wreck. We're going to stay as is, though. No more cautions. Looks like the 68, 64. Again, 64 way up high. Can he get it to stick? Yes, he does. Ed Robertson wins at the Rock. What a way to get that done. Power move around the outside. Calamity strikes behind him. Ed Robertson, Tom Harmon, Brad Rivers are our top 3. Cole Snyder, Nate Lehman, and Jim Duda for our top 6. What a great race. All right, let's go ahead and clear the boards. Ed, it's all you, sir. Burn it down. Gonna go on over into the grass, rip it up, and pull in a victory lane. Right at the Rockwell Nav victory lane, that is. Network Alliance for Veterans, again, sponsoring the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series, and congratulates driver 64, Ed Robertson, in getting it done at the Rock. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with our top 3 live from the booth. Going to kick it off with Brad Rivers in his throwback, or I should say, tribute machine to his father. Up 16 spots to finish P3. Tom Harmon started second, finishes second, and the guy that started it all, Ed Robertson from pole, gets it done with a high side pass to, man, what a phenomenal finish. All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't anybody go anywhere. We will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live from the booth. Got Brad Rivers, again, up 16 spots in his Ford F-150. Brad, you got up there. You led a lap. We were able to talk to you for a little while. That tribute truck, again, amazing as always. That last lap where you watched the 64 come around the outside of Tom Harmon and you saw everything just kind of disintegrate behind you. What were you thinking trying to work your way on up to at least a podium spot in that green-white checker? And then what do you think of this finish, sir?
Yeah, good finish. That was a hell of a finish. I just watched that. That was crazy. But I wish I had something up there for them. I just feel like that I took 2 tires on that last stop, and I saw Ed take 4, and I was like, man, hopefully these 2 tires just hold up for 2 laps. That's all I need, 2 laps. And then, just try to get around the leaders up front, because I know they didn't take tires or anything, because then they're going to be slow holding up. But I saw Ed on that top side, and I knew that was working for me earlier when on fresh tires, so I knew as soon as he had that up there, he was going to have a good run and get up to the front. But I just figured I could try to get around on the bottom, but it's just too loose. The left sides are a little worn, but hey, man, I'll take a P3 after all that chaos at the end for sure. I'm lucky to be even at this finish to begin with. Lap 2 or lap 1, and when they first started, I barely squeezed through the middle of that big wreck. So I'm glad I'm here. So, but yeah, I taken 4, probably would have been 3 wide battle. It probably would have been even crazier.
We talked to John Osborne under one of the last cautions, and he said that both you and him decided to go ahead and just take 2. Both of you had like a 9-second stop. If you could take that back and keep the same track position, would you do the same, or would you go with 4?
Definitely 4 all day. 4, 100%. I figured I just had like 94, 92% on the left sides. It would be okay, but man, the 4 tire made a big difference for sure. You can tell. But I'd definitely go with 4 next time.
All right, as I pull up the schedule for us and everybody else out there, we head to Kansas Motor Speedway on June 2nd. We're off over the next couple weeks. Next week I'll actually be away, and then the following week is the Coke 600. So we got a 2-week hiatus, and then we come back to Kansas Motor Speedway for the NAV 120, 120 laps around what is predominantly a high side track. What do you think about your chances there? And what do you think about the season's schedule as a whole?
I haven't really paid attention to the schedule as much, to be honest with you, but Kansas is one of my good tracks. I've won there a couple times in the trucks, so I like to ride high and handsome up there for sure. So we just raced there last night in another league I did with Next Gen. So I love that track, and mile and a half seemed to be good to me, and I might swing by and try to steal a dub next week. We'll see. I mean, it's going to be hard racing, especially with these guys up front. That they're fast every week. Every time I race in there, these guys are quick. So, but I'll give it my all.
Hey, Brad, you've definitely shown that you can absolutely hang. You led some laps. I got a nice podium finish. Points going to come with it. Congratulations one more time. Any quick shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, thanks, Pete. Shout out to you for streaming as always. Shout out to my friends and family. I got my stream going. I got friends and family out in the chat. Shout out to my sponsor, Rays, Aeons Motorsports, my team. It's a great time. So thanks, Pete.
There you go. You're very welcome, sir. We'll see you in a couple weeks. All right, moving on up to what our top 2, finishing top 2. Tom Harmon in his Avril Lavigne number 68 Silverado. Tom, it's like week in and week out, you are a topic of conversation, whether you start in the back, start up front, start somewhere in the middle. You are absolutely one that knows how to save tires, save fuel. It seems like it's the same conversation that we have almost any given week, whether it's with the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series on Monday nights, whether it's in AARP, or whether it's right here with the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series. Phenomenal race by you. Definitely very, very fast. Able to keep your tires under control for the most part. Walk us through your race and this runner-up spot. What you saw or what you thought when you saw the 64 wrapping the high side.
Well, I'm shocked that it took them as long as they did to get to me on those fresh tires. Because I knew we were just going to get eaten up. I just didn't know how long it would take. I was hoping that the tires would cool off enough that we'd be able to hold on, but fortunately that wasn't the case. But as far as the rest of the race goes, I just prayed for long runs, and we got a couple decent runs in there. But I just wish it would have went green from the word go, but it didn't. So tried to do what we could, tried to hold on, tried to get the win and keep it clean, but we didn't get the win.
He definitely came very, very close. Just Ed Robertson on that high side with 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods is what caused this runner-up spot. I mean, you won last week, so you definitely shown that you're here and you're going to be in contention every single week. There's no doubt about that. We came out tonight with 40 trucks, and you were on top of the boards from the get-go. Again, you started P2, finishing P2. What do you think about Kansas here in a couple weeks?
Don't know, because I won't be there. I'll like to be in St. Louis for the Cup racing. We won't be back in time.
All right. Well, Tom, definitely wish you a whole lot of luck tomorrow night in case I don't get a chance to talk to you. But one hell of a finish here in the Turned Out for What iRacing Truck Series presented by Network Alliance for Veterans. Definitely appreciate them. Definitely appreciate you. Any quick friends, family, or sponsors, sir?
I give a shout out to you up in the booth for broadcasting it to everybody. All the drivers that show up, the fans that show up, and all the admins that put on the league, the sponsors, and Avril on the car.
By the way, I got to tell you, Big Hickory was out there. He had Harmon winning with 3 nodding off emojis, and says Thomas just he says Thomas is using all the lessons I taught him. So, just want to let you know what's out there.
We'll have a talk later.
There you go. All right, buddy. We'll see you in a couple weeks at Kansas.
See ya.
All right, moving on up to the man that made the move to bring it on over, grab this W. Ed, in the very beginning, I asked you, while you were leading after one of the first couple cautions, I said, can you get on up there and take this race from Tom Harmon? You said, man, I don't know. He's really good. He's pretty. He's shown to be really good at saving tires. He's fast. Buddy, that move around the high side was just absolutely phenomenal. You held tight where you needed to be all race long. When it came down to the final caution, you went down, grabbed tires, and you just made them absolutely work for you. I didn't think. I mean, I was seeing like Days of Thunder throwback. He doesn't have the balls. Take me on the outside. Well, yeah, you did. Talk us through this race, this W, and that move, please.
I mean, I'll tell you, I'm still shaken. I've never done anything like that ever. And that was one of the most intense, awesome things I think I've ever done. I hope it was as good of a show as it felt like behind the wheel, because it felt like I was on top of the wall, in the wall, everywhere, but straight and anywhere else. It was awesome. I gotta say, you're right. I don't think without them guys, staying out, I don't think I would have been able to win this race. It was a great strategy call to come in and get 4. I thought after having 30 laps on the tires, even taking rights would be a little iffy. I felt like it might have just been a little too free, not enough grip. Just within those 2 laps that we had. And I'll be honest, I was salivating. I went down pit road. I was the first car down pit road. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. And then I saw guys took 2 tires. I'm like, all right, I got shuffled back just a little bit. Have to deal with 4 cars. And starting on the inside, I was actually fairly bummed out. Starting on the inside, I didn't think I'd have a lane, a groove, or anywhere to go. I didn't want to be one of those guys to try to dive bomb down low, and just the way this track races, you're going to wash up, you're going to slide up the track. Even with 4 fresh feel goods, I knew I wouldn't be able to make it stick with the aggression that I would need to have. So I saw a hole fairly early. I committed to just stuffing it in the fence if I needed to. I tried to, I honestly thought the 68th air was possibly gonna try to block me a little bit and stay high. So this might just be me in my own head. I tried to shade a little bit low down the backstretch, just just showing my nose a little bit that I might try to dive it in there, and then just high, wide, and handsome, barely let out of the throttle. And it was a true drag race. He did a great job for having 30 lap old tires, still digging there. And I truly appreciate the 68, 73 there. I think he got caught up a little bit before the actual finish, but a lot of those guys just for keeping it clean. I know even on fresh tires, it's pretty gnarly out there, but let alone 2 or no tires, for us to actually be able to race clean and bring it home with a pretty exciting finish. That was awesome. Much respect to everybody there.
Yeah, that is definitely a very clip-worthy finish right there. You don't see things like that very often. So 2 weeks time, again, we're off next week. I'm sorry, the next couple weeks. One is gonna be away a few weeks after the start, take a little bit of a break, and then the following week is the Coke 600 night race, turned out for what usually doesn't race when there's a real race on TV, all big race fans. And then we'll be back on June 2nd at Kansas. What do you think about that high side 1.5 mile track where anything can happen?
I'm just saying, I may have sent a shot out. They just saw what I could do when I get those 4 field goods on. I mean, no. Kansas is just an awesome track. It's almost like a mini drafting track, but just in the trucks. It's going to be somewhat similar to this, where track position is definitely going to be key. And honestly, as high as we're going to be riding, it's going to be try to keep it out of the wall. So I might be that one guy that might be a little bit lower, just to try to not tear up my stuff, not make that mistake of pushing too hard and putting it in the fence. But it's such a fun track. You got 3, sometimes 4 grooves you can easily run with guys. And like I said, with some of these guys, how we just raced with that finish, I have no doubt we're going to be able to put on another good show at Kansas. Hopefully I'm up there again, maybe ripping the lip again. Larson style to make another exciting finish, but should be a good one. Looking forward to it.
All right, buddy. Well, definitely I'll see you there again. That is June 2nd, same bat time, same bat channel, 9 p.m. Eastern. Cannot wait. Kansas Motor Speedway will be the place to be. And, man, cannot wait. All right, ladies, I definitely want to thank everybody that came out, hung out, was chatting up, keeping me company, whether it's Frozen, straight out of Alaska. I saw Mike Campbell. I saw quite a few others out there also. Big Hickory, Anise Mays. That want to say thanks for all the follows. Corey Has No Life, Sis Money Gaming, King of GTP, D Anderson 24, Yotes. Thank you very much for the sub. So again, everybody, appreciate y'all very, very much. We will see you again in 2 weeks' time, June 2nd for Kansas Motor Speedway. See y'all then. Have a great night.